I have never seen the TV series of Sex and the City. I thought that would be important to mention so you know where my views are coming from. I feel like fans of the TV show are definitely going to have higher expectations for the film and perhaps radically different opinions to my own. But then, maybe not. The film itself was released in 2008 and is directed and written by Michael Patrick King, also written by Candice Bushnell and Darren Star, and stars, of course, the characters and cast from the TV show. The only one I'd heard of before watching this is Carrie Bradshaw. As somebody who hasn't seen the TV series, I can confirm that she's probably the most notable name to those of us who haven't seen it. Sarah Jessica Parker is fantastic, definitely a pull factor for me there. And I have to say, I actually liked the film and was surprised to see it's got 5.6 out of 10 on IMDb. Now, that in itself is not a bad rating, but it would be interesting to know how many of those ratings come from fans of the TV show and people who have just seen the film. I don't know, I could be wrong. If you're a fan of the TV show, do let me know what you think of the film. I'll read the description from IMDb, which is the best way to explain what this is about. And this says, a New York City writer on sex and love is finally getting married to her Mr. Big. But her three best girlfriends must console her after one of them inadvertently leads Mr. Big to jilt her. Shock, horror and gasp, yes, it's very dramatic. I have to say, I love Carrie as a character. I think she's brilliant. Some of her morals are not always in the right place, or maybe her priorities. But I really like her. But for me, it wasn't the narrative that made this interesting. I was not that bothered about the narrative itself. I was actually just interested in the really superficial things, like the location, New York, gorgeous, the fashion, beautiful, the hair and the makeup, and, you know, the different lifestyles. For me, it feels like if lifestyle blogging was a film, it would be Sex and the City. And I think it's really fun to watch and really beautiful. But at the same time, I did feel a little bit of emotion towards Carrie, and I did kind of want the best for her. But again, I wasn't that bothered about what would happen at the end. I had no expectations. Maybe, again, if you've followed the TV show and you care about these characters a lot more than I clearly do, then I think you'll probably have a very different opinion, and I'd love to know what you think. It's very pink. I said this before and I'll say it again. I love films with a very pink colour palette. I just find them very pleasing on the eye. There's obviously a lot of talk of weddings and things, so if you like films that revolve around matrimony and wedding dresses and bouquets and planning things, this is going to be one for you. Honestly, it's not a film for everybody. It's a lot longer than I thought. It's over 2 hours, which is quite crazy. But I think it goes by quite quickly. The narrative develops reasonably well. It's a lot more suspenseful than I expected for this kind of film. Because it is, on the one hand, well, it's marketed on IMDb as a comedy and a drama. But to me, it's more of a rom-com drama. Because that element of romance is obviously in your face. If you like that kind of thing, you'll probably like this, unless you're a fan of the TV show, in which case it seems that people don't like it that much. I have actually recently discussed the second one. The second one was pretty good as well. Let me know what you think of it. I thought it was, I'm trying to give it a number rating. I'll give it a 6. For me, so it's not that much higher than the 5.6. But I will happily give it a 6. Sex and the City was better than I expected from me. And, yeah, one I'll probably happily watch again at some point.